Yo, welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing Football Coach College Dynasty for the first time in a year. This is the game that started it all for me. I wanted to come back and just see how things are going after the 1.0 update and get a little bit of a recap, maybe start a playthrough series. We'll see how it goes. If you like Football Coach College Dynasty or any other football sims, please like the video and subscribe. It goes a long way in helping me bring this content to you. But hey, let's get into the content. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. All right, we're back on Football Coach College Dynasty here. It feels crazy to be back here. I haven't played this game in a year. Nothing really looks strikingly different thus far. I'm playing as Syracuse here. We're just in our first season doing the position changes. It looks like it's the same sort of cadence that it was when I played a year ago, prior to the 1.0 update and everything that came after. All right, so let's attack a couple of position changes here. Look at QB. Junior, sophomore, cool. Okay, great. Running back. Not sure I'm going to go through and really make anything crazy happen here from like a positional change perspective, although like this dude looks like he'd be a much better receiver. Second, I do like how the best fits. This is something new. So you have the best fits here, which shows you you know, how these guys would play at other positions. And looking down the line here, all of our receivers are best fit as receivers. But yeah, we do have a couple of tight ends that look like they'd be actually much better receivers. This is a junior. We could change him over to receiver. Just see if he'll make a difference there. He's kind of at the bottom regardless. Couple here would be some minor differences, but I think we'll keep everybody as is there. Let's check our all running back here. Whoop. I'm assuming all my quarterbacks will be best fit at quarterback. Yeah. Okay. Looking at receiver. Sorry, we're at offensive line now. Yeah, this makes it a lot easier to just see if there are any that, you know, would be an obvious fit at another position. Kicker's pretty good. D-line, so when they would be a better linebacker. D-line, 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 D-line. Great. Check linebacker real quick. One that'd be a better safety. One that's like better in the secondary. Is a redshirt junior. With sophomore. Yeah, we probably want to get him over, especially with the potential. We probably want to get him over to either corner or safety. Hold on that for 1 sec. None that are other like major differences here. We're much deeper at corner, that's for sure. How about safety? A senior, a couple juniors, so he could probably start right away at safety. Let's move that linebacker over to safety. So yeah, this one here. And that'll give him some room to grow. We don't really have like a top tier corner. We could move Jaden James over there for his final season. No real corners that would be better at safety. We do have this linebacker as well, but our linebackers are kind of short to begin with. We are playing a nickel though. Final season, we could move Tucker Kim over to... He's probably not going to end up starting. He might jump Adam Phillips, but we could rely on some of these other linebackers to come up. So we could flop Tucker Kim over to safety. And we do have quite a bit of other safeties here. How's our like corner depth? Pretty good, 9 out of 7. We could probably use like maybe 1 or 2 more here. Corners. Right here, like Damian goes from a 73 to a 75. And he's what? A junior. Cool. So we get another corner right in the thick of our... That's pretty good. That's pretty good for positional changes, I think. Let's save and advance. So everything, most you know, a couple touch-ups here with the positional changes. That best fits definitely gives you like a nice condensed view to be able to make those changes pretty quickly instead of going into every single player and doing that stuff like how it used to be. All right, nice. All right, so we got like all of our progressions and stuff like that. No action required here, so we'll continue on. All right, we got game plan. I just hit randomize on my offensive and defensive on my coordinator positions. I did end up with a pistol balanced, which is great for our offense, and he's a pretty good play caller. On defense, we've got Scott Howell, who also likes a nickel balanced man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm nickel aggressive zone, but that's fine. Yeah, nickel balanced man. We'll let him call what he wants to call. A lot of other tendencies and things in here. I'm good with this setup, though. All right, let's check out how the preseason plays through. A lot of things looking fairly similar, though, thus far. I think a lot of the changes, though, came on the back end and how the sim engine works, specifically with recruiting, from what I've seen, at least. So I haven't gotten into recruiting yet. Let's start with the training first. We'll probably want to train our quarterbacks. This dude could get pretty good, Brady Curtis. Yeah, let's got a pistol, so he doesn't necessarily need a ton of mobility. Let's work on like accuracy maybe. Or quarterback IQ, either one of these will probably be fine. Sick. Our running back, we're gonna need something better here. Let's look at Henry Leary. There's a lot of single back stuff. This dude looks like a crazy athlete. If we could just work on some of his mental game in the run. Actually, yeah, hold up. Let me check my offensive line first. I always like to go crazy with the offensive line. Got a couple of really good offensive linemen here. Alejandro Todd. Could probably use a little pass blocking. That's where he's going to see the biggest boost. Okay. Let's see, we got a B+ right here. I mean, Tyler Hoover is kind of insane at everything. Can we maybe boost the tackling a little bit? This is just defensive line, so yeah, maybe just tackling. Work on that finishing a little bit. Great. Maybe even Tim Hawthorne here. Work on his pursuit. Maybe just tackling as well. What are we at? We got 2 head coach ones left. I mean, let's get our kick power up for Raphael here. How about that? Guy's a sophomore. Nice. And then A- right here. All right, here's another big one. Oh, strength is strength's the obvious one. 1 to 9 +3. Great. All right, cool. So that's mostly the same. Let's check our recruiting actions here now. All right, this is where things can get. I love this. I love the recruiting screen in this, or like the recruiting UI in this, because you can really like mess around and get the stuff that you want here. So let's look at high school only. Let's do. I used to always go start with 5 stars and then look at like. This actually looks mostly the same, but I think it's with how you actually pursue these players is a little bit different. Um, Interest in Syracuse. A pretty low interest. Current place in the battle. We're top 5 only. Or I think it was leader with contact points is what I used to hit. Do the 3 stars here. Okay. And we got 77 results here. Okay. I want to get a top 40. There's 39 right there. I think like, yeah, what's the best way to go about this though? Because like these overalls are gonna change. Yeah, I guess we could start with this and then oh, we already do know some of these potentials actually. We got one A potential here. All right, let's start with that. Yeah, I like this. All right, so then we'll go B. Nothing. C. Actually, do I even want the C one? Let's go unscouted then, yeah. All right, cool. And we could actually sort by overall. All right, cool. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm just gonna fill out my list. This is how I always used to do it. Get some sort of put some filters on it. Get like the most attainable prospects that you can possibly put on your scouting list and then just chip away. So once you have your top 40, then you can go to my targets. Like we already know. Let's sort this by potential now, maybe. So we already know homeboys and A plus. Like we could pretty much just send all these people to camp here. Let's sort it by overall. Send all the top dogs to camp. And then all right. And then we got some like D minuses and stuff on here. Let's sort this by potential again. And I'm just gonna remove the D's. Although some of these D's could change. But I'm just gonna remove the D's for now. And F's. And then we're gonna go back to our board. I probably should have saved a filter. Yeah, I don't have any in here from the last time I played the game, but leader with contact points. Unscouted only. Where's my exclude targeted? Okay, there we go. And I'm just gonna add some back in here. All right, cool. So we added a few more back in. And then we'll probably want to hit this one. Oh, this one's already going to camp, but we can pitch that one. And then maybe hit by overall. We could probably just like, do they have the option where you could just auto assign? Yeah, auto assign recruiting actions. Cool. All right, sick. Let's go back to the dashboard and we'll head to preseason week 2. Spring 2, whatever you call it. All right. So looking back at our team now, let's go back to our quarterback. Breakthrough much lower now. Have some wide receivers that could be a little bit better. Maybe route running for this one. Yeah. Nice. Back to offensive line. Woof. Maybe run block for this dude. Nice. And run block for this dude. Oh, we're out of offense though. Any that needs strength? Not really. D-line. Oh, how about my linebackers? Probably should work on our corners. Actually, we are a nickel. B- up here. We like to play aggressive zone. Or I think we're actually balanced zone, but we got a lot of man corners here. I mean, good one to go with is defensive IQ as well. We could just get that up. Pretty low across the board for all these homies. Okay. How about our safeties? We could go with either one of these guys, Tucker or Greg Wilkins. Wilkins with the A- potential. He's going to probably have a much better chance of training him. We could get his speed up. All right. I mean, that barely did anything. How about our running backs? Maybe speed for this guy. Yeah, cool. All right, back to recruiting. Let's go. Yeah, let's check out our board first. Look at any potentials that were uncovered here. So I'll do some C minuses, but I think we should get rid of the D, the F. Let's see. C minus, okay. A 10, a 10, a 10. A 10. D minus. A 10. D plus. Eh. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All right, bet. And then I probably could have hit this one once and got it, but that's fine. Here's one. See you later. Find any one clickers here that we could hit. Whatever, we sent them to camp, but fuck it. We'll get rid of them. Oh, we could still send some people to camp. Oh, we had one more, huh? Okay. Oh, a human joystick. Get him out of here. What scout percentage can we change that? Okay, cool. Let's see. Honestly, we might as well go to last at this point and just... a couple decent ones in there. All right, and then we're down to 32, so let's go back here. We'll exclude our targeted ones. Points ahead with initial contact. Just high school. Let's see here. Unscouted only. I don't think we have a chance at any of these, probably, right? Medium interest in Syracuse, but that's probably not going to happen. Might as well keep digging in the threes. All right. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Let's see how this is all shaken out here. So 2, 10, 14, 1. All right. That's pretty good. Corners and safeties, basically the same thing. D-line linebacker. We got a lot of receivers in here right now. Which, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how whatever. This time we won't just auto assign. Let's check our potential again here. Oh, sorry, I'm not even in my list. Let's go to my list. We'll check our potential. And we'll start throwing out our top pitches to these good fellas. All right. C minus. This is where you start to lose me a little bit with the C minus, but we'll keep it going here. All right, we'll just auto assign the last one. All right. Awesome. For those of you that know, I only do like the GM type stuff. I don't really do the practices. I don't do the coaching. I don't do all that strategy. Like, it's not for me. Just player personnel, you know what I mean? Just wanted to point that out there. You can do that stuff, but it's not for me. Yeah, let's do ball vision there for this guy. Tight end. Offensive line. Little run block for homie here. Where is it? Run block. All right. I'll use a little more speed though. Let's see. A little more speed from our tight end here. Why not? And then defense. Just gonna hammer this our our secondary, they're all not very smart. Oh, actually, okay. Our safeties actually are. Our corners are not very smart, is what I meant. I don't know where to go with this. We got one final defensive training. How about D-line again? Oh, let's see. Pursuit, tackling. What's our linebacker looking like here? Yeah, maybe block shedding or defensive IQ for this guy. Oh, nice hit. Okay. Back to our board. Let's figure out. All right, all right, all right. I'll send a couple of these homies here to camp. Let's get the D's out of here. Oh, nice. Sure. Mm. All right, and then oh, look at that. I'll let that one sit. All right, cool. And then yeah, let's keep it sorted by potential here. Boom, boom, boom. Do 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 do. Just give all of our best pitches to our best guys here. We're in the C's, so we can just auto assign the rest. And then let's add back to the board here. Really should make a filter. We'll do that. We'll do that. Hold on. We'll add a filter. Board builder. All right. Oh, we didn't exclude that, did we? Cool. There we go. Override it. Overrode it. Wow. Okay. And then yeah, we can just get back in here. Where are we at? Okay, hold on. So we're adding what, we got quarterbacks and stuff in here. We got plenty of receivers in the mix right now and running backs. So I'm okay. I'm actually going to take receiver and running back out of here now because we're looking pretty heavy on those. I don't care what else gets added in here. Just spread it around just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. All right, great. Okay. And now we're on to the final preseason month here. I promise I won't take much longer here. I want to finish up the preseason. We'll basically just sim right through the regular season, and then I want to see like what happens with like the transfer portal, the facilities, stuff like that, and then we'll give you guys my final thoughts on where things are at. Let's go. We haven't done much with our receivers here. Let's get homeboy needs some route running here. Let's get it. Oh, beautiful. This homeboy needs some catching, my gosh. I don't know how deep we're going at receiver. Let's go back to O-line. Let's just hit strength. There we go. We got a +1. Great. Back to the D-line. This guy, a little strength. This guy, a little tackling. Yeah. Great. And then linebacker? Corner. Yeah, we can train this corner down here. I'm about that. We all need some defensive IQ, guys. Okay. And then let's get back into our board here. We can schedule this visit. Oh wow. It's like that, huh? Okay. If we go, let's go by potential. Start 2. We got only 1D in here. Okay. Let's get oh yeah. You have some of these 15s in here that are just 1-clickers. Oh yeah. C minus, but a 64. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. We'll keep him in. Oh yeah. $59 C minus. Yeah, get him out. Boom, boom, boom. Who else? We're all good on camps? Okay. This, what is this? What is C minus? All right, that's whatever. Let's schedule some visits. Get those guys on the board. Obviously start pitching here. Give some of these guys. I probably don't need to pitch this right here. Let's keep moving on that one. It's got no competition. Same with those ones. Yeah, any of them with no competition, we shouldn't be pitching that. All right, let's get back in now. And we got our filter. I guess that doesn't apply. Okay. Did this do what I wanted to? Oh yeah. All right. And then we don't want running back receiver. Oh, running back, we actually deleted a bunch. We could leave running back on there. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Great. Okay. On to preseason expectations. All right. Well, here we are at week 1. I don't want to take you guys through the entire regular season in this episode. I think that's a good place to stop it. I do want to talk a little bit about the game itself, and how I see it. I mean, obviously, like, I haven't played this game in a year, and not a whole lot has changed. I think they have made, and this is no like shot at like the dev or anything, because I think it's only one. There's only one developer, and he's very like open to the community and open to recommendations for the game, and I think he's like constantly making changes to the game. I think it's a fantastic game. I like this is one of my favorite game UIs, one of my favorite like sim UIs on desktop. I think it's like I think maybe Pocket GM is the only one that I'd probably prefer over it, but it is definitely like a lot like a mobile UI, which I prefer to some of the desktop UIs that are out there for football sims. But yeah, I mean, like if you want to play a college football sim, like I don't really know. I know there's a few others out there. This has to be the one that you're going to right now. Like this is one of the hottest games with a collaborative developer and a really strong community of players. And I think the game is just really sound. I have yet to see like how some of the like back end changes that they've made, like how I think a lot of the improvements have come to the sim engine, not so much like the UI or like game structure itself, because the cadence, everything looks pretty much the same from what I remember. And there are like little like uh quality of life upgrades that they've made along the way, but yeah, man, I think not really much has changed in a year. They obviously got the last time I played it, it was like version something before version 1.0, and now it's version like, something after 1.0. So they've obviously like put a lot into it. Doesn't make a huge difference for me personally. I think it's more personal preference for me. I'm just not like a college football guy. And I'm also, I prefer salary cap because it sort of creates a little bit more of a puzzle that you have to solve. Whereas recruiting, you can kind of just like, I don't know, at least like, I think like recruiting gets a little trickier when you have like a higher prestige team. But if you're doing a rebuild, it's pretty easy. You kind of just go find the recruits that are most interested in your team and that are the best, and continue to like just stack those guys and improve your coach, your recruiting and training scores, because I think like having a pure CEO coach is definitely like the meta. I'm not sure that's changed at all. They've added a couple of like different game modes where you could like start as a coordinator as opposed to a head coach, which is pretty cool. Like that's what NCAA does. But yeah, like I said, I think if you're into college football and you don't have NCAA football, or you're just like a sim guy like me, I think this is your game. But for me personally, I think I prefer a pro football game. Certainly if this dev, I heard rumors that they were venturing over to make like a pro football game, I would absolutely give it a go, because he did a great job with this game, with this college football version. So yeah, I think that's pretty much where I'm at. Am I going to play this game again? I might see out a few more episodes of this series at some point. Just to like I want to get into the off season and see how the transfer portal is, and see if there's any like major differences in that portion of the game. But overall, I think for me, I'm gonna stick to the NFL stuff. That's just how I am. The pro football, give me a salary cap, force me to balance the checkbook. I like a draft. A little bit more parity, a little bit more of a challenge. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at. That being said, if you guys have any questions or want to see more content like this, leave some feedback on this video. Please like the video if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want more football sim content. I'm out. Catch you in the next one. Peace.